everyone, and welcome back to Crafted Creations. Today I'm going to go ahead and paint this custom 3D print model by Landspeeder Luke of Ben Quadinaros, the Episode 1 The Phantom Menace Pod Racer. First I'm going to go ahead and take some of this barn wood, and we're going to mix up a nice kind of off gray here with a little bit of a brown tint. So I'm going to use my elephant gray and some black. We're going to go ahead and mix this up a little bit. I want to darken up the gray and then add a little bit of this barnwood to kind of give him a little bit of a dirty brownish gray kind of sandy look to it. I don't want it to be the exact same color as the 3D print. I'm going to add some silver here for accent to attract light on camera. It won't look metallic in person, but it will help in photographs. First, we're going to go ahead and do a base coat all over the body. I left the arms and face detached so I don't risk messing those up and for easier painting. Go ahead and make sure we got a nice even coat there. Next, we'll go ahead and do the shoulder pad parts on their sleeves on the arm. Do the other arm here. Don't forget, do the gloves there, those little racing gloves. Next, I'm going to use the Golden Sunshine and the Daffodil, as well as just a regular yellow, or Golden Sunset, I'm sorry. I'm going to use the darker color as a base coat. That way, when I do some dry brushing and some washes at the end, it'll add a little bit more texture. This is a similar approach to how I do human skin. I'll mix several different colors. Before I go any further though, I'm going to go ahead and just knock out the inside of the mouth here. After painted the tongue red, we're going to go ahead and use that next darker shade and just give a little bit of a coat there. You see my brush here is very wet. I wanted it to be thin because I don't want the paint to stick all over the face. I kind of want some of it to kind of recede back into the cracks and crevices so that first color shines through. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry brush some yellow over the top here. And adding these colors in layers and at different consistencies will help bring out the dimension and the sculpt as well. You can see a lot more of the lines and cracks and crevices in the face. And then at the end we'll give him a nice wash just to make sure that looks really good and detailed there. Go ahead and do the same thing with the arms. Apply it in the same order. Go ahead and first start with that little bit darker brownish orange there. And even from this distance you can see the detail and the sculpt on the hands. Once we are done with the hands, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step here. And what I do here is, if the paint ends up coming on a little bit too thick while it is wet, you can go ahead and just dip your brush in some water and go over it again. The water-based paints you're easy to work with, so you can kind of manipulate where you want those paints to go. Go ahead and knock out the toes here. Alright, so the face is looking pretty good. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to paint up the eyes and the teeth. So, got the inside done. I'll just knock out the teeth here real quick. Those are pretty easy. If you just dab it with a little bit of a wet brush there, the paint will kind of fall right in place. Let's go ahead and slap some of this onto the toes. Now for the eyes, the process that I do for the eyes is I always lay down the whites of the eyes first. Then I will do a layer of black, so you get that ring along the outside of the eye. Once the black, it kind of lines up where your pupils are going to go. Once the black is done, you'll see here, I'm going to kind of just line that up. Now we're not making cartoon character eyes here. I'm not going to leave it like this. But what I do is I apply the eyes in layers. First lay down the black, because then I'm going to put some color right over the top of it. I'm going to use that darker orange and just add a little bit right in there. And then what I'm going to do, add the pupil with a little bit more black. Just give it a little bit of a touch right in the center of that orange. And then we're going to add a touch of the white to make a highlight. This will help give you more realistic looking eyes if you're painting them. And this is, in my experience, the easiest way to pull this off without having to sit and mess with these for tons of hours. You'll see at the end of the video just how nice those eyes turned out. I've been getting a lot better working on smaller scale, and I want to share that technique with you. Go ahead and we're going to add some territorial beige to the helmet. I've got a nice watered down brush there because I want to apply this in layers, almost like a wash. I want to get some texture showing through there, so some of that gray color will kind of shine through, make it look kind of worn out. Go ahead and finish this up here. Now, the more watered down your brush is, the more coats you'll have to apply. I like using more watery brushes, especially when I'm doing stuff in the Star Wars universe. Me just helps add, like I said, more texture, but it also helps me control the paint a little bit better. Like here, I'm going to use this darker marigold watered down brush. Just kind of dab that right into the cracks and crevices on the eyes. But there you have it. There is my custom painted Star Wars Black Series scale Ben Quadinaros from the Landspeeder Luke Patreon. If you want to find this file, you can purchase this from Landspeeder Luke. I will include the links in the video down below. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more from me in the future, stop by the channel, like and subscribe. And as always, stay crafty.